Before we discuss the solution, I want to highlight one core insight that guides this whole analysis. It's the information consistency and the system force on the main drivers. And based on the issue identification, we're going to go through the issues list. After that is that we go through the touchpoint analysis and the digital evaluations and the omni-channel journeys and their priority ranking criteria. I have identified the three root problems that actually caused the entire experience to collapse. Firstly is that Mars lack of consistency in the core and operation mechanism. Secondly is the app is fragmented, and lastly is the lack of common space, which are the priority ranking of zeros. So this leads to disconnected journeys and the inconsistent system. So by comparing the scenarios that highlight why low investment is just insufficient, it's act like only a temporary fix. We're closing only 9.46% of gaps, where conversely, high investment scenario completely reconstructs the system and closing up to 56.76% of gaps, creating a breakthrough of performance for the high investment up to 88.8% of gaps. So this is not just an improvement, it's a transformation for the entire experience. So based on the benefits, showcase that customers and team finally operates from a common space of unified systems where the issue can be seen immediately, and as the consumer move between website channels and other channels, their context following them. And lastly is that Mars move from silent reactions to non-send merge fees actively involved and preventing them. So basically for the high investment of the solution, firstly is that I applying the unified super apps in hybrid architectures, where consolidating the apps and also applying to get the lookup and automated the dispute resolution. Through this, we're creating a flow. We're going to apply the data audit across backend, and then we're going to build the customer 360 schemas and deploy a Google Firestore and integrate blockchains before rolling out the super app globally. So through this, we're creating a faster responding time, consistent customer experience through the fewer fees errors, and therefore creating a transparency between customers and the systems. Next, gonna move on to the lane chain. So what would I do with this? Firstly, is the lane chain gonna automate the e-booking and reconsolidate the booking criteria, and then we're gonna predicting the rerouting and verifying testing. Through that, we're gonna configure the Firestore, no SQLs, and then building the LangGraph multi workflows. And after that is applying with the APA gateway and IoT streaming to deploy and automate rerouting and self validations. To creating a transparency between bills and booking comparison between the system and the customers, and creating a more seamless and faster operation and reactively change through a proactively management, and therefore reducing the inaccuracy between self data reported and the third party data reported. Lastly is applying to DHL membership and circular supply. So basically, I will applying the 2-day DNT free waivers. We're gonna tire memberships and green carbon credit for empty container return by applying circular supply chain. So through this, gonna building loyalty engines in the Mars IDs. After that, gonna deploy dynamic seasonal allocations and link it with reverse logistic green carbon credits. So through this, we're promoting a sustainable consumer dependence and more personally control on demurrage and detention fees, and stronger referrals and word of mouth through the improvement of the memberships that actually giving an unconditional gifts to gain more benefit in return. And through the solution will help us to maintain a high return on investments through the contribution and the strict workflows of the sales force of the engineer and developer, and by applying the high technology to maintain gaining the customer in touch and gaining the customer trust on the transparency and between each transmission of the service. And for the low investment solution, it showcased that this low investment solution only reduces the temporary operation frictions, which is only reducing temporary amount of workflows for the customer departments, faster basic query lookup, and only minimal the disruption of the current system. So it's just a short implement time. It's not actually can solve the P1 or P2 because the loyalties, memberships, or the actual interacting feedback is not being included a lot. So firstly, I applying the chatbot AFQ knowledge category handling. So for this, I'm going to apply coverage up to 60 frequently asked questions to offer repeated queries, and breaking down it with creative tip scripts and chatbot queries to and public knowledge base. So basically, identify and categorize it into different life stage and complex explanation for customer to reducing the workflow of the customer service, where they just need only to prioritize for the critical cases. And for the mini app application, I will apply the mini app architectures, where it's going to provide a unified web view web containers. So basically, this help reducing the basic interaction between basic interaction between customers and the systems, and therefore creating a unified access point for the shipper so that they can maintain convenient tracking and the transparency between the comparison of transport department more easily. And this only improving the end-to-end integration, customers' journey feedbacks, and the channel consistency. So only improving a bit, which is 2.4%. So with this low investment and a fast setup from 3 to 4 months, this only have a minimal impact, and mainly to being the basic the early development for the deeper development as a high investment. So through this, I want to call an action is that through the choices, the low investment is just a short term to stabilize the closings and to stabilizing the systems, where it just only closed 9.46% of gaps, where the high investment improved up to 14.7% of gaps, and closing up to 56.76% of gaps. This showcased that the high investment can help advancing Mars from run stage with 74.1% up to the sprint stage at the completing overall omni-channels at 81.8% of capabilities. And my recommendation is that we're gonna apply the low investment solution to fix the urgent in a temporary to use this as the baseline to move to the high investment in the long-term model to building a more strong and future-ready omni-channel journey. Thank you for listening.